Well, let's see, what do I have here? I have the Smiley Stubby Duck for a 2 meter with a BNC connector on the end. So this is what I'm going to be testing today. And as you know, Smiley makes some really great antennas, so I'm hoping that this one does as well. So please stick around and watch the video and tell me how you feel that it does in the comments. Be right back. Welcome back to my channel, Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My name is Dave. My call sign is November 8, Delta Alpha Victor. And the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. And as today, we are going to test the Smiley Stubby Duck for 2 meter antenna here. And the first thing I'll tell you is that it comes in a great package. So look, this is the packaging, very high quality, very typical for Smiley antenna. It does say Smiley antenna here on the bottom, and vertically it does tell you it's checked off that it's a Stubby Duck and it's for 2 meter. All right. When I come back, I'll give you all the specifications. All right, we're testing this Smiley Stubby Duck for 2 meter. It is 4.5 inches long, not including the connector. It's a flexible antenna covered in rubber and plastic. I ordered it with the BNC male connector because I've standardized on BNC connectors for all my HTs. Nothing is really specified about the antenna except that it has a 3 dB gain. And it comes with a myriad of different connectors that you can order for it, which is usually about an extra $1 or so. And also too, if you already have a connector for one of their antennas, then you can order it without the connector, and then reuse that connector from the other antenna on this one. So you can save $1 every time you order a Smiley antenna. And by the way, I have an affiliate link for Smiley antenna in the description of this video, as well as other affiliate links that help with the channel a little bit. Every time you click on one of those links, it does help a little bit. I do get a couple of bucks. So if you like my channel, please subscribe and please click on the bell icon so you get notified when I release. All right. Now, the one thing that I will say about this antenna, besides the fact it doesn't come with a rubber grommet because it's a BNC connector, is that the antenna is tuned for 2 meter. Specifically, it is tuned at exactly 146.250 megahertz, plus or minus 5 megahertz. They say it's really tuned, or it's designed to go from 141 to 151 megahertz. All right. So that is the specifics for the antenna. And when I come back, we'll start with the testing. Be right back. All right. First up, we are going to test the Smiley Stubby Duck for 2 meter. Using the power SWR meter. I've already established my baseline on my antenna test bed of 1.05 to 1, meaning that it's working perfectly. I use a signal stick as my baseline antenna, and now I have the Stubby Duck on the test bed, and let us test it, see what we come up with on the VHF calling frequency of 146.520. We come up with an SWR of 3.41. All right, as we always do, we test with the NanoVNA as well, just to back up the results that we get with the power SWR meter. Turn it on, it defaults to 2 meters, and our SWR is, I'll stop the sweep, 4.152. All right, next up is the field strength test on the national calling frequency for VHF 2 meter. And as you already know, I always run this test at the exact same distance with all the exact same equipment, with batteries at 100%. And the only difference, of course, is the antenna that's transmitting to my field strength meter. So after I run the test, I will go over the results of this and all the other results of all the other testing at the end of the video, so you can understand how well or how poor this antenna actually performs. So let's run the test. All right, and I'll be right back with some more testing. All right, here I am out here at Fox Glen Park. And guess what? It's going to thunder and lightning here pretty soon, and rain. So I'm trying to get this done as quickly as I possibly can here in the park, just so I can, make sure that I get all the testing done for you. If you see me back inside at the end of the video, you'll know that it's starting to rain, so I'm going to stay out of the rain. All right, so I'm out here at Fox Glen Park. It's my favorite place to test HT antennas and HTs. And oh yeah, I just turned it on. And so I do this because it's about 2.6, 2.7 miles as the crow flies. I do have some obstructions like trees, a house, an outbuilding, a partial hill, and a freeway overpass, which help block the signal a little bit. Good antennas don't have much of a problem making it to my shack and back, but antennas that have a little bit of an issue sometimes do have a problem making it there back. As you know, that when I run this test, I do two things. First of all, I'll rate the sound quality, which means that if I get very little to no static coming back, I rate that as excellent. If I get a fair amount of static but good modulation coming back, that's a good test. If I get a lot of static coming back and poor modulation but still understandable, I rate that as fair. And if I cannot open the repeater, or I cannot hold open the repeater, or if I get so much static that I can't understand what is being said, I consider that a failing test. All right, so when I run the test, I'll be doing that. Also, at the same time, there is an S meter here on the radio. This is a Btech UV Pro. And I will be reading what the S meter reads here coming back from the shack, which I have a UV Pro at the other end of the shack with the simplex repeater turned on. And I'm also filming that, so when you see me run this test, I'm not only going to give you what the S meter reading was from the shack, but I'll also you'll also be able to see the S meter reading from here to my shack. All right, so that'll be up in a split screen, hopefully. All right, so let's go ahead and run the test. Let us see what happens. This is N8DAV, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, testing the Smiley Stubby Duck 2-meter antenna on the UV Pro, and this is testing 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is N8DAV, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, testing the Smiley Stubby Duck 2-meter antenna on the UV Pro, and this is testing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, great test. And my S meter rating was about 9 1/4. It did seem to go up a little bit higher because the problem is, after you get past 9, there's no more gradations on the S meter. So anything above 9 is just considered a 9 plus. All right, that's excellent. That is really, really excellent. I've been finding all these Smiley antennas are just doing a great job getting out to my shack and receiving back from my shack. So let's see what the S meter reading is when I get back, and when I go over all the testing with you, we'll see what's going on. All right, I'll be right back. Hopefully I'll be outside and it's not raining yet. Okay. All right, I'm back from Fox Glen Park over here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Sorry about that. And you're going to hear some thunder, and you might even see a little rain, or maybe even a little lightning. I don't know. But I'm braving the weather right now, guys. So, I do this for my craft, and I do it for you guys. I could do it inside, but that's okay. All right. So what did we learn today? That's what we always want to know. Well, the SWR for the antenna using the power SWR meter on the national calling frequency was 3.41. Using the NanoVNA, it was 4.152. On the field, well, okay, all right, that's pretty high. That's not something that I'm real happy about. However, let's see how this thing performed before we pass complete judgment, okay? On the field strength meter, I got a plus 0.8 dB. Now that's really good, that's excellent. Anything above 0 is excellent, so this was a 0.8 above. My field strength meter only goes up to like 2.2 or 2.3. And so that's really excellent. There's not much difference between 0.8 and 2.3. So Now, what did we get with the actual field testing? All right. When I did the test, as you know, I called it an excellent test. Very little static, great modulation, and I got a 9 plus on the S meter. What did I get on the S meter back here at the shack? 9 plus, right about the same, right about 9.25 or so. So that is excellent, guys. That is absolutely excellent. I think that even though the SWR didn't seem to be all that great, you know, Smiley says that I've had a long talk with one of their people, and they told me not to be too concerned about SWR. Now, all the Smiley antennas I've tested so far have all had great SWRs. The first one that hasn't. However, you know, when you get really, really good results, SWR sometimes is not so meaningful. All right. So, would I buy one? Yes, I did. Would I keep it? Yes, it's going in my personal stash. And I think it's a great antenna. I would highly consider it. Don't forget, I have a link to a Smiley antenna discount in the description of this video, and as well as other affiliate links and other product links. All right. I'd appreciate it if you guys would click on some of those links. It helps support the channel a little bit. Not very much. I always run this channel at a huge loss. So anyway, listen guys, thank you very much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. This is Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My name is Dave. The motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. 73.